Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today, Chris and I are going to get into The Chi Season 3, Episode 6. We only got 4 more episodes in this season.
We already on episode 6 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Time flies. I want to start by acknowledging the great performance of Miss Ethel, played by LaDonna Tittle. This is her last episode. She passed in her very quickly after having a great day with Ronnie. And it was sad, but it was good to see her kind of live her life, one more time. And she was a great character, and she'll be missed, I think, in this series. This episode, Miss Ethel, she went to a strip club. I'm trying to figure out how Ronnie didn't know that Foxy's is now a strip club. I mean, he's a detective now. Like he should.
Well, I mean, but he kept saying that. Only she kept bringing it up to his attention all the time. So he probably had no interest in it. You know what I mean? I want to know, did you notice one strippers look kind of familiar, though?
Which one?
The one that had his shirt off, I swear to God, that's the one that was hitting, what's-his-face's mom. Hit Emmett's mom. That was Emmett's mom. Yo,
you think so?
That, I swear to God, that was.
So he's a therapist / stripper?
Yeah, when she was telling her story or whatnot, there was a guy that still didn't have his shirt on. Dark-skinned guy, that was him.
Okay.
And I was like, Jesus. I was like, this dude got to be like Chi-Town famous.
He's going to be Chi-Town famous.
He all over the place, All
right. Well, I give it to him. You got to have a hustle, man. I mean, Emmett got hustles. He got to have a hustle. I didn't see that. But like I said, it was good. It was good going away. At least she had her last moment, unlike other characters that have been written off the show. At least, she had an opportunity to have a last scene, and that was good. Ronnie, he's improving his detective skills. After hearing Keisha's voice last week, he finds the house that he heard the screaming come from. So he walks into Amari's place. Had to use the fact he's actually homeless to get into the place. Hears her screaming, obviously, but was able to play it off before Amari beat him up top of the head.
You think he played it off like he didn't hear her?
Oh, yeah.
What made you think that?
He ran to her voice. Like he stopped.
Yeah.
He looked
but he stopped. But he stopped, I guess, especially when he saw the kettle, like he second guessed. You think that? Okay, no. I'm not. I won't challenge you. I was just curious.
To me, he heard.
No, you might be right.
But my thing though, but I mean, maybe to your point is that he took no action, right? Like he didn't call the cops. He didn't call Dre. He didn't call Nina.
He didn't try to beat him because, for hell, I mean, he didn't realize that the guy had a trophy in his hand about to hit him back of his head.
Yes.
So,
I know. So it could be that maybe he didn't hear her, but I would be hard pressed for to believe that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it didn't make any sense that he did nothing to follow up on this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And to go to the inconsistencies in these characters. Again, this is the same guy that hunted down Coogie by himself and shot the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a man of action, but like I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He apparently didn't he say something about him being in the war and able to some job he did when he was overseas or something. I don't know if it had anything to do with him tracking down a bunch of terrorist type shit. But I don't know. I just figured like maybe it had something to do with it. I don't know. This is the Chi. Everyone can have superpowers.
Everybody got superpowers. It just depends what the plot needs and what they're trying to do with it. But anyway, like I'm sure he's gonna now that once he gets done putting Miss Ethel away, I'm sure he's gonna get back to hunt down Keisha, and this will become a thing. But
I mean, as in next episode, it was just gonna be next episode.
It has to be next episode.
It's gonna be next episode. It's
yeah. But Amari, let's look at Amari, his motivations. What did we learn? So as he's there, once he restrained Keisha after she ran away, he's cutting her hair. He's combing her hair. He says that, this really all started with Sophia Bowden. Mm-hmm. And is she going to come in? Do we know this Sophia? Are we going to meet someone that knows her name? Why is it important that we know the name of the woman that, kind of got him on this I need to save women shit? I thought that was interesting. Yeah. And then
I don't think we're going to find out about him. It's just he's playing that it's just the typical psychotic man who just wants to delve deep into his story to let him know, like, hey, little girl, I know, like, I had an instant, like, just basically trying to reveal his entire life story. You know what I mean? I don't think you're not going to see her. Yes, they revealed the name, but I mean, if you read manifestos of literally crazy people, you know what I mean? It's no different from that, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
No, I got you.
And he thinks in his mind mentally, he could justify what he's doing. He's like, I'm saving you. Like, why don't you understand? Like, what are you doing? I'm saving you. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Yeah. You're not going to see. I think the story was true. I don't deny the story, but it like really. But like, I guess obviously he already had something mental going on with him before the whole thing with Sophia went in him, and that was just like the trigger. And then probably seeing Keisha, he probably stalked her for a while and saw, oh my God, she's just as loose as this. You know what I mean? It just it just triggered something within him. My question is, when he was telling that story, I mean, there was a moment where it kind of zoomed in on Keisha's face, and and the argument can be made that it just zoomed in on her face because she was just straight up traumatized. But I'm wondering if that was also when he brought up like yeah, and then she had kids and on welfare and fat. I'm wondering if that close up was Keisha just kind of realizing where her life is going to be at. I mean, that could have just very well just been, like save me straight up. But I just found it interesting that it zoomed in on her face right then on someone that was supposed to be a parallel to her.
Okay.
That makes sense. So
I mean, I can see that. And I think overall, I mean, I hope she's learning something. You know, not that she did this to herself. You know,
I know, right? Yeah. See, man, you about to ask some comment like, I am unsubscribing. I know. You blamed her. No one
saying
she's
she
not
did
being blamed for this.
But hope she learns a little bit of something, about something. But I mean, I thought again that could have been I know the woman he's talking about. Again, I agree with you. They're probably not. The writers aren't that good to tie the story up like that. But I mean, it would be interesting if they did. But again, it goes. I'm still focused on this man's motivations, right? Like at this point, she's tried to escape twice. And he hasn't hurt her. Like usually in these kind of situations, like they'll hurt the victim to let them know who's in charge of the situation, and he still hasn't done it, and that's good, but it's kind of interesting. Also, is this a sexual thing? Like he hasn't assaulted her that we know of, and like so, what's his end game? Like he cannot think he can keep her down there for the rest of her life, and again, I just believe this is not the first time he's done this. So I'm like, what is his actual, how's this all going to end if she doesn't get rescued in general? Like, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
I felt the way that when he started brushing her hair, that kind of told me that he, at least so far, he has not really assaulted her. Yeah. And I think in his twisted mind, he really is helping her.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, I don't know if he even thought of an end game. You know what I mean? He and in his mind, he's like, no, I don't want to kill her. No, I don't want to kill her. But hell, like if she's not gonna save herself, I can't. Like she's gonna have a horrible life being fat and on welfare and a whole bunch of kids. I might need to put her out of misery. Like, you know what I mean? That could be a self-discovery later on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's interesting. I would, as difficult as those scenes are, I would like to kind of see more of his motivation to sort of like what you're saying, but I don't think there's much of a motivation, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think we only got 4 episodes, so I mean, and it's not all about Keisha in this show, so there's only so much we're gonna get at that. I mean, like maybe when she's rescued, he'll give a monologue that explains all this shit. I don't know.
I don't think he ain't getting no monologue. He gonna be dead.
We'll see.
You think he's gonna be captured?
I don't think the cops are even going to get involved. Clearly, the writers don't believe in cops anymore. So, like, I mean, it's probably going to be Ronnie that finds her and brings her back home, and then the neighborhood beats him up or whatever. I'll be very surprised if they actually get law enforcement to properly arrest this dude.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. When you said captured, I'm thinking like he ain't gonna be captured. The streets won't take care of him. There ain't gonna be no capturing.
We'll see.
No, when you said captured, I thought you meant like be put to jail, and I'm like, no, that's not how this gonna work. No.
Was it? But again, at least he gave her the opportunity to talk to hear Kevin's voice, and that's something. And obviously, that started breaking her down because she remembered it was Kevin's birthday. And I thought that was interesting. Trying to show him that he's not a complete monster. Like that's how you get the victim to kind of sympathize with you when you do nice things like that.
Well, I don't know if that necessarily showed that he was not necessarily a monster, because remember she even said like one little thing said, if I'm good. It's like, if I be good, can I do one thing? Can I ask you for one thing? I think he treated it as more of, okay, I'm gonna treat this dog for sitting, and I'm gonna give her a treat. I don't know if it was necessarily him being nice, if that makes any sense.
I know what you mean. I'm saying, but
it's more of a reward.
Like, but either way, it show. I understand what I'm saying, but either way, it shows that there is a way to get what she wants if she listens to him. That's what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I'm just saying, he ain't no goodness in his heart. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Dota or Duda, whatever. So the big thing is that Trig tells Jake that Dota is the one that let the Wild Boys kill Reg, last season. They're actually bringing that back. We talked about that. So then the question is, what's next? Is this going to turn into Jake maybe killing Dota? Is Trig going to do it? Is even going to be anything and to retaliate for Reg being dead? What your thoughts?
Is Jake even going to believe that he did it? I mean, you know what I mean? Because he didn't seem all that convinced. And then even at the end, when he went to Kevin's birthday and he gave him the watch, that gift on there said from Duda and Jake. You know what I mean? So who knows? I mean,
So I see your point, and I would say those are almost two different things. Like one, Jake wanted to give his friend a good gift for his birthday. I mean, we can discuss why in the world Kevin's parents would let him have a gift from a known gangster, but but that's a whole other thing. I'm just saying, I wouldn't take that as Jake not believe. He saw Dota beat the shit out of somebody last week. The man is violent. Like it can't be that hard for him to put two together to be like, this man could have let my brother be killed. So
right, but I guess my point is, it's easy to point your blame at a criminal and say, hey, so and so, especially seeing the motivation of his own brother trying to get custody of him and try to win his love by just saying, oh, he killed your brother. He killed our brother. You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of curious to see if he. I have a fit. This is what I think is going to happen. He's going to confront Duda about it and just ask him, say, what happened to my brother? And obviously, depending on the mood that Otis is going to be in, he might even tell the truth. If he's pissed off, he's like, so you want to know about your damn brother? You know what I mean? He might, but but it's a possibility he could just give him, like, just say, it's like, we went over this. It's like, if the Wild Boys did this or whatever. And then later on, I think it might be a self-discovery by Jake, like kind of seeing certain inconsistencies where he's like, fuck, like he was right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so with that, I was talking about, so like Dota's dealing with the campaign. So he and Camille are now doing the mudslinging. Dota must have released to the press that Camille, paid Papa's dad to speak at the church, and then he released the video of her saying that that's how you manipulate like people through the church. She retaliated in the sense that she got his mom to get on TV and cuss him out. Like I'm not sure that's a real winning.
How did he even get campaign. The audio of that? How did he get that?
I don't even know. I'm like,
your face.
I was like, come on.
You got to look at that face like saying, I don't ask questions about the show anymore.
I'm done asking logical questions about this shit because it don't make any sense. Because if Camille knows that
I'm gonna blow your mind even further. How the hell did Keisha? How long had Keisha probably been kidnapped? How did she know? Because there was no calendar there. It was her brother's birthday.
Yeah,
I know, but I wasn't trying to be petty like that. But I was kind of in the back of my head. I was thinking that, but I was like, no, leave it alone. There was an awesome flashback scene of her giving him flapjacks. Just let it go.
Let it go, man.
And I don't know why I kept looking at her arm and say, I don't see a watch there. And I don't know if she was like, hey, here's a calendar for your ass, But
just let it go, Chris. We gotta let some shit go. But even so, then again, Dota dealing with his mama out there cussing him out on camera. his wife, Rose, he has to know who he married, right? Like, he's like, don't mess with this. Don't get involved. He had to know she wasn't going to listen. In return, Rose should have obviously known you don't meet the woman at his house and not expect him to come home and see this shit. Like, I mean, clearly she was going behind his back. She should have met the mama somewhere else. But for her to be like, oh my God, oh, hello, Otis, how you doing? That was kind of silly. But both of them should have known that the other one was going to be upset about it. I don't necessarily need to see the mama again. But that's a thing. And then that I want to get into Kevin. So Kevin and Gemma are having some relationship issues. I thought, let's say, I understand Kevin's going through a lot right now. His sister could be, as he told Gemma, as he shitted on her, and after she's been trying to take care of him all day, I was really upset, right? I was really upset the way Kevin talked to Gemma, knowing that she's trying to spend the whole day trying to make his birthday happy for him. I understand that he's upset that she told her mom, even though she was trying to just help him. That gets back through the friends. He gets upset. To me, I think he took his frustrations out on her, just dealing with the situation that my sister could be dead. Like, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now. And he really just unloaded on Gemma, which I don't think is okay, because then when he gets home, he's having a party. He's laughing. He's joking. He's sitting up there having pancakes, but he don't go off on them. Like, he don't ask his parents.
Oh, well, because it's two different things. I mean, the fact is he did not want to be seen as a charity kid. Like, he made it known before. One of the big reasons why he didn't want everybody, people who weren't close to him, know about it, because he don't want people to feel sorry for him and shit like that. So I think that was a small trigger. It could have been anybody. That could have been the Pope. It couldn't have not even been Jim. It could have been the Pope, for God's sake. If that small thing of him finding out, like, those two girls knowing about it and whatnot, and he doesn't, like, someone who's not even that close, and all of a sudden someone's just already talking about it, she could have been anyone. Jim, it was just unfortunate that it was Jim. And you're right. She was trying to help him, but I think there's you never know what people are going through, and it could be someone who could have taken care of him for 30, 40 years, and that could have just triggered him, and he just sees blind spots. You know what I mean? And so when he gets to his own family, obviously he's not going to unload his family, because obviously his family's going through the same shit. But I understand how you could be, So I'm saying, Gemma obviously took care of him, but but same time. That was the shit he did not want to release out there, other than, like, maybe some of those people, I guess, at the memorial site and all this other shit. Not some random kids who he didn't even really know, and overhearing, like, oh, my mom said this, and he's like, fuck, how many people know? You know what I mean? About my own business. Like, I told my people not to tell. That's how important it was to him. It was like, yeah, his boys knew, and and stuff like that, but he didn't want that shit to spread. So, Gemma, unfortunately, was in the wrong place and wrong time with that. Like, I don't think she really tried. Obviously, she didn't try to do that much harm, but unfortunately, he's really emotionally scarred right now, and he's very fragile at that moment. And you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I just gotta say, grief is a hell of a thing, man. I just all I gotta say.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be fragile right now. I'm saying, what happened to that fragileness when he goes and sees his friends and family? All of a sudden, he forgets that Keisha's gone. He forgets that Keisha could be dead right now.
No, I don't think. No, he didn't forget, but obviously, he has now a distraction. He has a distraction. Got away from these random people who shouldn't have known shit, and there's one woman who I thought I could trust. I'm out of there, and now I'm with my people who loved me before this whole thing and love me at. You know what I mean? I think that's how it probably was. It was ain't no damn forgetting. Hell, if that's the case, then his mother wouldn't presented him with the pancake and looked all happy, despite having her daughter. No. They're trying to live in the moment, and right now we're celebrating your birthday. Tomorrow we get back to where we're at. You know what I mean?
I would say then, if he was that upset that he left the girl he knows who's been trying to make him feel good all day, he leaves her at the restaurant, does not respond to her text messages. When he walks through that door, he should still be upset. And when his mom and presented pancake just for a little bit, He's like, what are we doing? Like, where's our sister? Like, my sister's not here. Like, let them work through that shit. Like, let them calm him down, and then you can get into the celebration. But every birthday on dot, he spent it with his sister. He spent so many birthdays with his sister. His mama was like, I don't even know what to do for him because that's what Keisha did.
Yeah.
He was even surprised that his mom even remembered because he's used to Keisha doing it. I'm just saying he should have at some point been like, I'm still missing my sister. You know, she's not here. Like, work through that. Show me you're still upset a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. All right, we just have to agree.
We got to disagree. We got to disagree.
I don't.
We got to disagree. Papa and Maisha. I'm happy they're growing. I know, right? I'm happy they're growing as a couple. I wonder, one, Papa.
Are they growing though? She don't want to hold his hand.
So let's get into that. Let's get into that. So that irritated me because once
there's a lot of things that irritate you.
These writers are not watching their own damn show. In season 1 and 2, Maisha was so bad off by having a man that she almost forced Kevin into a relationship, a public relationship. She wanted him to walk around with her. She wanted him to kiss him in public. Yeah. Now all of a sudden she's like, I got an actual boyfriend, and she's like, I don't want people in my business.
Yeah, I think that a big thing about Maisha not wanting to publicly announce her relationship with Big Papa is the fact that, and you know, because I've seen this, perhaps maybe the fact that these two are maybe, I don't know, maybe they're not viewed lightly. You saw how she was it the previous season when she was trying to get with Kevin, right?
Yes.
And there's a couple of moments where she even kind of said out loud, was like, is it because I'm this, because I'm big and beautiful and whatnot? Yeah. I feel like she subconsciously is thinking about that. And then on top of that, she's like, okay, I'm this big person. I'm looked at this kind of a big person, and people are laughing at me and think of me being a bully out there on the school. And here I am with the preacher's son, who's also on the plus side, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's really what it was, because like you said, she wasn't like that last season, but I'm wondering if maybe that's why she's like that, especially now, or in the fact that she's just ashamed to be with just Big Papa in the sense of, you know, he's kind of seen as a nerd more than anything, perhaps. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's going to be played out. Like, that wasn't just a throwaway. You know what I mean? That's obviously going to be brought up. However, wait, they did hold hands at the end, I guess, once they dropped the cake, though, didn't they?
Yeah. So I mean, they're getting there.
So that means she's warming up to it? I mean, she warmed up within an hour?
Writers, man. So again, I hope you're right. I hope they remember season 1 and 2, and they're trying to change their perspective. I believe, once again, they're rebooting all these characters, and they don't want you to remember what these characters did before. And she's just a girl, you know, who's in her first relationship, and she don't want other people in her business. I think, and you bring up the weight thing, and I know you and I have talked about this off camera, but it really irritates me that they use the two big characters on the show to always be related to food. Like, that really irritates me. Like, why did it have to be them to go pick up the cake? You know, one other time he brought her some biscuit or something. He was like, hey, baby, I know you like food or some shit. I'm like, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to challenge you on that, though. I'm going to challenge you on that. Because the first thing we saw with a whole bunch of food was with Keisha when she gave Kevin those pancakes. And at the end, when his mom gave it all those freaking flapjacks. That was a lot of pancakes. So you didn't say anything about Kevin getting all those pancakes, but let Kevin be big, and all of a sudden he got those big pancakes. You'd be like, oh, really? Why his mama give him like 20 pancakes? What's she trying to say? He ain't sharing it with everyone. Come on.
No.
I think it just happened to be them. It could have easily been Emmett and Tiffany,
but it wasn't.
It could have been those two. It could have been that.
But it wasn't. All right. So,
I don't think it was much of.
It's not cool.
I don't know.
It's not cool.
I don't think it was.
It's not cool.
Cake. I was like, no. It would have been It would have been insane if, like, maybe they would have ate the cake or ate the cake. But then I could understand where you're coming from. But just get some cake, man.
And these adults are gonna ask too for how old is Kevin? How was he? I watched the episode twice. I have no idea what his birthday is. Is he 13? Is he 14? I have no idea how old Kevin is. But either way, his mama had two, let's just say 14-year-olds, go pick up this cake for his birthday They should have did it or got some actual adults to do it. People who have money. I mean, they shouldn't send kids to do an adult job. Like that also doesn't make any sense.
Did they get cake?
The cake fell. The cake was misspelled.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they'll probably never use them again, but yeah.
I'm just saying, you have adults do adult shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but like you said, they did drop the cake and didn't even give a fuck. Like they stayed on the ground and they just kept it walking. I'm like, that's just disrespect. But anyway, they got over the cake. I want to move on.
You know, it was even spelled wrong. So
it was even spelled wrong. Yeah. Stereotypes, man. They always gotta give stereotypes. But Papa questioning God, his religion. I want to know if that's connected to seeing his dad take the bribe. Yeah. And, you know, is that working on him? You know what I'm saying? Is this going to be an issue that he's going to talk to his dad about? I'd like to see that, if that becomes a thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that reference was. I mean, when he said that was a huge reference to, like, him witnessing with that mayor, that mayor-elect or the nominee was doing under the table. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so it'll be kind of interesting to kind of see how that plays out, if he even kind of confronts his father even further for that, or maybe the real truth of why she gave the money to him, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it won't be as bad as what everyone's assuming it is, perhaps. You know what I mean? So, you know, but not to kind of beat the dead horse of what we're saying, I also wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of a throwaway, because Big Papa's not a big character. He's he's just a side story. Much of a side character. It might not be much of. I don't know. I don't know. The fact that they had the audio recording of her giving money, that has to. I take that back. That has to turn into something.
We'll see.
You don't think so? You're not. Yeah. You. Okay.
I put nothing past these writers. Anymore. But I hope you're right. I hope it turns out to be something. I hope this comes a moment that Papa, you know, becoming older, you know, self-aware, talks to his dad and challenges his dad as teenagers do. You know what I'm saying? I hope it does become something. I really do. But if it doesn't, it's just a shy, and that's what they do in this show. Speaking of that, for example, Emmett and Tiffany. So now that Emmett is fired from the chicken business, I guess Dominique is back in her house cooking her own food again because she didn't eat Emmett to begin with. But now Emmett is helping Tiffany with the weed business. They go to her connect, if you will, and we find that it's Hannibal.
Yeah, Brandon's cousin. Yep. You know, so funny. I thought so his cousin wasn't even supposed. He was supposed to be visiting Chicago. Wasn't it revealed in the first season? He was only visiting. He wasn't even supposed to be there that long. Now he's taking up residency over there in Chi-Town.
That's not even my issue, man. I see your point. My issue is he shouldn't have even been in this episode to begin with. Clearly, they're moving away from Brandon. We've already established that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I told you. Oh, man. I told you that from episode 1. I'm like, Brandon getting kicked off the show. Emmett's the new Brandon, which is why the whole stuff has been left open with the whole, is she pregnant and all that. All the stuff that we had questions about at the end of season 2 with Emmett is out the window once Brandon got fired. Now he's the new Brandon.
I get that. I'm saying, though, since they did that, they obviously got rid of Brandon's parents. I get that. Bringing Hannibal here is stupid because they acknowledge that Brandon exists, but don't acknowledge that the man was murdered. Like, why? How do you have a conversation with him and don't go, I'm sorry for your loss, man. You know, I know he's dead. I'm sorry. They do nothing.
But you're assuming that's the first time they met since the funeral.
It was. He was surprised that he worked there. I'm saying.
He was surprised he worked there, but but they obviously knew each other, so it wasn't like.
So Tiffany being there, Tiffany didn't know that was Brandon's cousin, for example. So
yeah, but Tiffany also didn't go to the funeral, so why would that even? Oh, you're saying Tiffany should have said something? Oh, like my condolences.
It should have been brought up, bro. I mean, he just died not too long ago. To not even acknowledge that he was murdered or even dead, they're talking like him, like he's still on the food truck. They're like, oh yeah, that's Brandon's cousin. Okay. Well, I'm just saying it was no need to bring him into this story and not even acknowledge that Brandon was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a thing. I mean, clearly they're not going to investigate or give a fuck, but I was upset that he was in this episode.
But then the problem is, if you do, so here's why I look at that. If you bring that up, especially at a time of them trying to look, you know, with the story arc of trying to do business, I don't understand how you would. Okay, I hear you, but that wouldn't. I don't think that would have been even appropriate for that scene because for one, I even took it as they knew each other than just the funerals, which obviously meant that they've talked to each other since he's been dead. So I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? And then two, like you randomly meeting up, trying to get some weed and be like, oh yeah, let's talk about again how your cousin died again and talk about, you know what I mean? That's fucking weird. Like how many times you gonna bring that shit up?
You say again like they brought it up before.
No, I mean just not on camera, but like you know what I mean. I mean, no, I got you.
So we can just it's fine. We can disagree. It's cool, man. It's cool, man. But I'm saying there's plenty of people they could have some random ass weed dude. I mean, it didn't have to be him.
But I like his. Do you like? Okay. I'm so glad that his character stayed put. That was one thing I was worried about, especially seeing how his mother just went away, and his stepfather went away. I loved his character. He was so different. He was all zen-like, and he was really funny. That I was like, fuck. I was like, probably won't see him again. You know what I mean? And he's here, and he's here. I'm like, awesome.
I'm not saying he didn't bring anything to the show. I'm saying
you want more Brandon connection.
Just acknowledge it. Your cousin died. That's the only person you guys had in common. That's the only reason why you know each other. Like, acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
okay, so this is the first time we see actually see these two characters together since the funeral. We got it. Okay, yeah. I'm just arguing. I didn't think it was necessary, but I got you.
All right. I got you. So that being said, so again, you know, thanks to Emmett, you know, to his credit, he helped Tiffany come up with some kind of discount distributor deal, you know, with sellers. That was pretty cool. We'll see where that goes. Stereotypes. Emmett fucking around on his girl. So the fortune teller.
I believe after that fortune teller, oh my God, I believe in psychics. I was like, okay, that's some real shit.
Every fake psychic just goes off patterns. And if anyone knows Emmett, I can predict with clarity he's gonna fuck Dominique. I mean, I don't need to be a fortune teller for that. But I like how she manipulated Tiffany to get some free weed. That was hilarious. But I think that whole scene was just to let you know that when he fucks Dominique, and he will, okay, like it's gonna hurt his relationship with Tiffany, and she's gonna say, "I told you the fortune teller was right." But it ain't too hard to figure out that a man who cheats often is gonna cheat again. Like that's pretty easy. But I was like, but the fact that they put it in the show, that they actually bothered to put that scene in the show, I'm like, Dominique, her last scene is gonna be them fucking. Tiffany might catch him. And that's how she leaves the show. Like, that's how you don't see Dominique.
But you know what, though? You know, because I think I even said in the previous video, too, just like you saying that Dominique and Emma's going to get together. But what if they don't? What if Dominique, because she's always been throwing it at him, right? What if she does it again and actually, like, tries to, like she puts all the moves on Emmett, and he's very close, and then he thinks, like, nah, like, I'm a changed man. What if he surprises us all and be like, it's like, damn, as much as I want to, I can't.
I would be impressed. Ooh,
but I feel like he needs this, just like Ronnie needed his redemption story. That would be Emmett's thing. Yeah, he is not his father. He is
a new man.
Well, he was his father, but he's now being better. He's now being monogamous. You know what I mean? And yeah, I would prefer that instead. I prefer that Dominique put the move. You know, continue putting the moves on Emmett, and Emmett's very close, and then Emmett just says, "Nah, man." You know what I mean?
I hope you're right.
Yeah, that would be a great surprise.
That would be a great surprise, but that's not the shy. That's not the shy. I'm sorry. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for this review. Again, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment on the video, and share the video. Let us know what you think about the shy, why you watch it, why you watch us, what else you want us to review, and we will see you again next week for episode 7.